This is a tile from my bathroom floor, an extra tile when we put in a new floor when we built the house. And so I thought, what could I do with that? I'll store it somewhere. So if it goes bad, I've got a tile. Well, I found out I had more than one, and I gave some away, but I got one left. So I decided, what can I do that? My son was playing tic-tac-toe with his uncle, and I thought I could make a tic-tac-toe board out of that. The supplies I have for this project are a tile from the floor. This is one of my bathroom floors. And you also need 10 pieces of rock about this size. And they could be dark, or they could be gray, or they could be like a white. Anyway, we're going to use the rocks. And you have to maybe beg, borrow, or not steal, but ask if somebody has some they give you on the river rock. This is river rock. You don't want it too big. You want it in your hand so you can easily put it down in one of the squares, which I'm going to mark off and show you how to make 9 squares out of this square.
Well, they need markers, pencils.
Yeah, okay.
That kind of stuff.
For this project, boys and girls, you would need a tile from the floor. It doesn't have to be this kind of tile. It can be any kind, but make sure you get one that's fairly even and fairly light so your stuff will show up on it. Because when you draw the magic marker line, you want it to be very visible so you know where your squares are. And then for your river rock, I used paint on this and put a white X with a whiteout that you use when you make a mistake. You can get that little brush, and I didn't have any white paint, so that's what I used, and it worked out pretty good. Then if you want to have the O's on your in your light piece, you can make that with a magic marker. You could use colors if you want to use colors, and that would be different, maybe, or even put flowers on one and stripes on another to just make the 5 one thing and 5 another. Do you understand what I mean? First of all, boys and girls, you have to measure what you're working with. If you have a board that is the tile that I got from the bathroom tile, if you have a 12-inch, it's not going to be the same amount that a 13 inches, which this is a 13. I didn't know that until I started working on it. And I found out I had to redo to get the right fraction. And if you've had fractions in school, sometimes they're kind of hard to catch on to. Now, I didn't care for math, but I liked everything else at school. So I'm not the top kid to talk about math. But anyway, after you get the board measured off and you use a ruler and a magic marker to make your squares, holla! 9 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How about that? Did you all get that done? Now write this down so you know. It might not be a 13-inch board or a tile. It might be a 12-inch. It could even be 11-inch. It could be any. So be sure you measure perfectly before you start. Get all of your supplies together, like the board or the tile, your magic markers, and you need 5 dark rocks and 5 light rocks so you can each play your own game. Let's pretend you took a 0 after you've made these into X's and O's. That's how you play, remember? Like, let's pretend we're playing a game. This is you and this is me. I'm going to go here. So you decide, well, I'm going to go here. So what do I have to do so I don't lose? I've got to go there, or she's got it. I'm going to put that. Now it's my turn. Look at this. I can win right there. It didn't look like it was fair, did it? That was kind of a bad example. But make sure your mom, your dad, your older sister, or somebody that knows about fractions helps you measure these so they will all be 9 perfect squares, even if the board isn't 13 inches.